There are currently 155 million channels on YouTube, but only a fraction reach any level of scale. 90% never hit 1,000 subscribers, and only 6% of the total pool ever earns revenue from their uploads. For 99.4% of creators, this silver play button remains an abstraction. It marks a survival rate lower than 1 in 1,000. Most channels start because the entry barrier is low. It looks like a simple process of recording and uploading, leading to a belief that a single viral hit will provide a consistent income. But when the reality of the 4,000-hour watch time sets in, enthusiasm usually turns into frustration. To solve the lack of growth, creators often fall into a cycle of watching how-to-grow tutorials. The brain interprets this as progress, providing the satisfying feeling of learning while the actual work of making better videos is neglected. While algorithms and market saturation play a role, the first major filter for creators is internal. Most people quit at this stage because the actual labor required to grow a channel far exceeds their original expectations. When you see a new channel like Saklan Khan get 400,000 subscribers with only 9 videos, it looks like an overnight breakthrough. What isn't visible is the 500 videos he produced on a previous channel, where he spent years refining his research and camera presence before this one even existed. Because growth is slow, many creators look for shortcuts from sources that promise a monetized channel in 24 hours. These gurus often push unethical methods like buying views or gaming hashtags, tactics that ignore the root cause of why a channel isn't growing. The only repeatable way to advance is to apply one specific lesson to every upload. If you can improve your script writing, editing, or your color grading by just 1% each time, you create a trajectory that most creators cannot sustain. During these early stages, vanity metrics are misleading. A high subscriber count is useless if you haven't mastered the foundational mechanics of holding an audience's attention through a full video. Surviving the first year requires viewing every low-view video as a data point. Each public failure is a technical exercise in a long-term apprenticeship. New creators often think they need a completely original format to be noticed, but without a proven audience for a new concept, this uniqueness often results in zero data to guide improvements. This skeletal diagram represents the steal-like-an-artist approach, reverse engineering successful videos. Once that proven structure is in place, you add your unique selling proposition, your personality or distinct editing style, differentiating the content while keeping the core foundation. If a channel remains stagnant despite high-quality production, the niche itself might be the bottleneck. Some topics have such a small audience size that even the top creators struggle for views, making a strategic pivot to a new niche a necessary survival move. Successful channels are rarely built on entirely new inventions. They are built by optimizing proven systems and adding a layer of distinct identity that competitors cannot easily replicate. Producing a video involves dozens of tasks, from lighting to sound design. However, the distribution of value among these tasks follows the 80-20 rule, where a small handful of decisions dictate the vast majority of your reach. This scale shows how the labor of editing and research is outweighed by 4 gatekeepers: the idea, the title, the thumbnail, and the first 30 seconds. No matter how good the production is, if these 4 elements fail to attract a click and hold the initial interest, the rest of your work is never seen. Packaging is the bridge between your content and the audience's psychology. Obsessing over these 4 elements is the only way to ensure the algorithm has enough positive data to push your video to a wider audience. These elements act as a multiplier when combined with consistency. Each upload is a new chance for the algorithm to find your audience, provided you maintain a schedule that allows for frequent, high-quality testing. Algorithmic success is not a lottery. It is the result of consistently presenting high-interest ideas through packaging that successfully exploits human curiosity. There is a massive gap between understanding these rules and actually executing them. Knowing you need a better thumbnail is different from spending hours learning the design software required to make one. This focus on optimization is why Mr. Beast is a primary case study for the platform. His growth is the result of systematically testing variables, from color saturation to exact viewer drop-off points. The labor behind that optimization is often unglamorous. It involves hundreds of hours of isolated work and late-night revisions, and the willingness to sacrifice immediate social gratification for a payoff that may be months or years away. Most channels stagnate because the creator reaches a skill plateau and stops iterating. They continue to produce the same quality of work, expecting a different result, and eventually stop uploading when the compound interest of their skills fails to materialize quickly. True growth begins when you move past passive consumption. Success on this platform is reserved for those who stop watching the advice and start aggressively applying these mechanics to their next frame of video.